Have you ever wondered why some people seem born to succeed, while others struggle no matter how hard they try? What if the answer wasn't just about hard work or luck? What if your zodiac sign held hidden keys to your financial destiny? Sounds impossible? Stay with me, because today we're going to explore something few people understand. Sagittarius, the adventurer of the zodiac. But behind that free-spirited nature lies something deeper. A mindset, a psychology, a way of seeing life that positions Sagittarius as one of the most powerful wealth creators of all signs. In this video, we're not just talking about stars and symbols. We're diving into real human behavior, emotions, and the hidden patterns that shape your success. Whether you're a Sagittarius, or you know someone who is, this journey will change how you see money, freedom, and your life's potential. So, before we begin, take a moment. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And share this video with someone who needs a fresh perspective. Because what we're about to uncover isn't just astrology. It's your untapped power, waiting to be awakened. Let's begin. Let me tell you something that most people never realize. Money, for Sagittarius, is never just about the numbers. It's not about having a bigger house or a faster car. For them, wealth represents something much deeper. Freedom. The freedom to wake up each morning and choose where to go, who to be, and what dream to chase next. Have you ever felt trapped in a routine, like your life isn't yours? Sagittarius feels that pressure constantly. That's why their relationship with money is different. When a Sagittarius sets out to build wealth, they're not chasing status. They're chasing their own personal freedom. And that desire can become the fuel behind their unstoppable journey. Imagine someone who refuses to settle. Someone who looks at the 9-to-5 grind and thinks, there must be something more. That's Sagittarius. Their mind constantly asks, what's beyond this? What's possible if I take the risk? And because of this, they naturally think like entrepreneurs. They don't want to follow paths laid down by others. They want to create their own. It's not about rebelling for the sake of rebellion. It's about carving out a life that feels authentic. A life where they are the author of every chapter. But here's the thing, freedom isn't handed to anyone. And Sagittarius knows this. Their independent nature pushes them to take control of their financial future. Maybe you've met someone like this, a friend who starts their own small business, or takes jobs that give them flexibility. Even if the pay is less at first. They're not afraid to step into uncertainty. Because to them, the risk of staying trapped feels bigger than the risk of failing. That's the Sagittarius mindset. Now, of course, not every risk pays off. Failure is part of the journey. But here's where Sagittarius stands out. When most people fall, they feel shame. They hesitate before trying again. Sagittarius doesn't see failure as a stop sign. To them, it's just a lesson. A new clue about what doesn't work, so they can get one step closer to what does. They bounce back quickly. Like someone who refuses to let life tell them no. That resilience? It's not luck. It's their way of thinking. Their belief that life is a series of experiments, and every setback brings new wisdom. Think about it like this, a Sagittarius falls in love with the process of growth. They're addicted to expanding, not just their bank accounts, but their minds. You'll often find them reading business books late at night, learning a new skill online, or picking the brain of someone more experienced. Not because they're told to, but because their curiosity demands it. Learning for them isn't work. It's fuel. Each new piece of knowledge becomes a tool they can use to shape their future. That hunger for learning is what keeps them competitive in any market. And there's something else that many people overlook. Sagittarius is known as the truth seeker. This doesn't just apply to philosophy or travel. It shows up in how they build wealth too. They don't just accept society's definition of success. They ask deeper questions. What does wealth mean to me? What kind of life will make me feel alive? And that's where the real power comes from. Because when you align your financial goals with your personal truth, you move with conviction. You don't chase empty dreams. You create a path that feels right to your soul. If you've ever met a Sagittarius deep in thought, staring out a window, or pacing as they speak, you're seeing this process in action. They're not daydreaming. They're envisioning their next step. They're sculpting a future that's both practical and meaningful. And when they set their sights on something, it's almost impossible to pull them away. But here's what you can learn from them, even if you're not a Sagittarius. Start seeing money as a tool, not a goal. Ask yourself, what does freedom look like for me? What kind of life would make me feel proud to wake up every morning? Then, like Sagittarius, start building towards it, not perfectly, not all at once, but step by step, lesson by lesson. Every setback becomes data. Every small win becomes momentum. Remember, wealth isn't just about accumulation. It's about alignment. When your actions match your values, when your growth reflects your inner truth, that's when money stops being stressful and starts becoming empowering. Sagittarius understands this. It's written in their stars. But maybe, it's waiting to be discovered in you too. Now, let's go even deeper into the Sagittarius mind. Because there's something truly powerful hidden beneath their confidence. And it's something that shapes how they lead, how they inspire, and how they build their success. Have you ever been around someone whose energy just lifts you up? Someone who, without even trying, makes you feel like your dreams are possible? That's what Sagittarius does. It's not about charm. It's not even about words. It's their energy. Their enthusiasm is real. Their passion is raw. And people feel it. Whether they're pitching a business idea, or simply sharing their latest dream over coffee, Sagittarius naturally inspires. People are drawn to their fire. They want to be part of that journey. But this isn't just some social skill. It's psychology. People follow energy. They follow belief. When Sagittarius believes in something, others start believing too. That's why they build strong networks without trying. People want to work with them. Support them. Invest in their vision. Think about the leaders you admire. Are they always the smartest? Probably not. But they're the ones who make you feel something. Sagittarius has mastered this emotional leadership. Their passion becomes contagious. Their excitement becomes the fuel of their teams. Their friends, their clients. And here's the lesson for you. If you want people to support your dreams, stop just telling them what you're doing. Show them how much it matters to you. Let them feel your fire. Sagittarius doesn't just ask for help. They inspire it. Now, there's another strength that Sagittarius carries, something that most people overlook when thinking about success. Flexibility. Life doesn't follow a plan. Businesses fail. Markets shift. People change. And most people freeze. They panic. But Sagittarius? They adapt. Quickly. Their adventurous nature isn't just for travel or excitement. It's a survival skill. When things fall apart, they don't see failure. They see a new path. Imagine a sailor in the middle of a storm. Some would cling to their original map, hoping things calm down. But Sagittarius, they change course. They trust their instincts. And that's why they often find new opportunities right when others give up. Think about it. How many times in your life did something unexpected block your plans? What if, instead of resisting, you had adapted? Pivoted? That's the Sagittarius way. Change isn't the enemy. It's a doorway. One that others are too afraid to open. This adaptability isn't luck. It's emotional strength. It's the ability to stay calm when life feels uncertain. Sagittarius sees uncertainty not as danger, but as potential. That's a mindset worth learning. It's not easy. But every time you choose to pivot instead of panic, you're building that resilience too. Now let's talk about something more subtle. Charisma. But not the flashy kind. Sagittarius isn't about putting on a show. Their charisma comes from something deeper. A genuine interest in people. When they speak to you, they see you. And people feel that. Whether they're closing a business deal or simply meeting someone at a cafe, Sagittarius makes people feel heard, understood, and valued. That's why doors open for them. Opportunities flow toward them. Not because they're lucky, but because they build trust. Real trust. Relationships are currency in the world of wealth. And Sagittarius understands that. They're not chasing people for favors. They're building communities. They make allies, not just contacts. They're remembered because they're real. And here's the takeaway for you. In a world obsessed with networking, try slowing down. Be real. Be curious. Show genuine interest. People remember how you make them feel far longer than what you say. Sagittarius knows this, and that's why people want to be part of their success. But perhaps one of the most unexpected traits that fuels Sagittarius' success is their generosity. Yes, generosity. Strange, right? In a world where many believe that keeping resources close is the key to wealth, Sagittarius does the opposite. They give. They help. They support others without expecting immediate returns. And somehow, that giving comes back to them. Not always from the same person. Not always from the same place. But life has a way of rewarding those who help others grow. Sagittarius knows this instinctively. But here's the secret: their generosity is strategic. They don't give blindly. They choose carefully where their energy and resources go. They invest in people who inspire them, in causes they believe in projects that resonate with their values. Every act of giving builds relationships, opens doors, and plants seeds for future opportunities. That's the difference between reckless giving and conscious generosity. Sagittarius turns kindness into a long-term wealth strategy. And it works. Now, think about your own life. How often do you help without calculating what you'll get in return? And when you do, isn't it true that opportunities often appear in ways you never expected? That's the universe reflecting your energy back to you. Sagittarius doesn't just understand this. They live it. Every day. So, what can you learn from all this? Start leading with your passion. Let people feel your energy. Build real relationships. Not just professional contacts. And when you give strategically, with heart and wisdom. Life rewards those who lift others. Sagittarius shows us that generosity and wealth creation are not opposites. They are partners. And as we move forward in this journey, get ready, because the next insights we're about to explore will reveal some of the deepest and most controversial truths about why Sagittarius might be the future millionaire of the Zodiac, and why their path challenges everything you've been taught about success. There's something about Sagittarius that often gets misunderstood. People see their free spirit, their love of movement, and assume they can't stay focused. But here's the truth: Sagittarius has one of the strongest growth mindsets in the entire Zodiac. They don't view life as a fixed path. They see it as a constant evolution. A journey with no finish line. Every new skill, every fresh experience, every failure even, is fuel for their next transformation. Imagine someone who wakes up every morning believing they can be better than yesterday. That's Sagittarius. They are driven by an inner voice that whispers, "There's more out there, and there's more inside you too." This makes them relentless in their self-improvement. They'll read books others ignore. Attend courses that seem unrelated to their career. Take jobs that feel risky, just to learn something new. It's not about immediate rewards. It's about becoming someone stronger. Someone wiser. someone freer. And when you carry that mindset, something powerful happens. You stop fearing mistakes. You stop waiting for the perfect plan. You start moving, learning, adapting. And over time, while others stay stuck in analysis, Sagittarius grows. They evolve so fast that people barely recognize them a year later. Now think about your own life. When was the last time you chose growth over comfort? When did you last take a step not because you were ready, but because you wanted to become ready? That's the shift Sagittarius teaches us. Success isn't about being perfect. It's about being committed to the process of becoming better. And this growth mindset doesn't just help Sagittarius internally. It gives them a major advantage in negotiations. You see, Sagittarius is naturally honest. They speak their mind. They're direct. But that doesn't make them aggressive. In fact, their ability to balance assertiveness with empathy makes them incredible negotiators. Picture this, two people at a table. One is pushing hard, trying to win. The other? They're listening, understanding, building trust. That second person is often a Sagittarius. They know that real success in negotiations comes from creating win-win situations. Their confidence allows them to ask for what they deserve. But their emotional intelligence lets them see the other person's needs too. This skill turns every business meeting, every contract, every deal, into an opportunity. Sagittarius doesn't walk away from the table with just what they wanted. They walk away with relationships, trust, and future possibilities. They understand that negotiation isn't a battle. It's a dance. One where understanding psychology matters more than pressure. Now, imagine bringing that approach into your own life. Next time you negotiate a salary, a contract, even a small favor, don't just think about what you want. Think about how to make the other person feel seen, feel valued. That's how you create agreements that last. Sagittarius leads by listening, and that's why people say yes to them. But what powers all of this? What makes Sagittarius so magnetic? So unstoppable? The answer is simple: confidence. Sagittarius radiates it. Not the loud, arrogant kind, but a quiet, steady belief in their own potential. When they enter a room, people feel their energy. They stand tall, not because they've achieved everything, but because they believe they will. Confidence like this is rare. It's the kind that makes people listen. That draws investors. That convinces partners to follow their lead. When a Sagittarius speaks about their goals, others believe. Not because the plan is perfect, but because their conviction is undeniable. But here's the most beautiful part. This confidence isn't always natural. Many Sagittarians build it through experience, through failure, through choosing themselves again and again, even when life gave them reasons to doubt. That's the real lesson here. Confidence isn't a gift. It's a habit. A choice to trust yourself even when the outcome is uncertain. So, if you've ever struggled with self-doubt, remember this. Confidence grows every time you keep a promise to yourself. Every time you take action despite fear. Every time you stand back up after falling. That's how Sagittarius does it. And that's how you can too. And as Sagittarius moves through life with this blend of confidence, empathy, and constant growth, they develop another secret weapon: time optimization. You see, while they may seem free-spirited, Sagittarius knows the value of time. They understand that every hour wasted on distractions is an hour stolen from their freedom. So, they prioritize. Not in a strict, robotic way, but with clarity. They focus on what matters. On actions that move them closer to their dreams. Whether it's learning a new skill, building a partnership, or investing in their health, Sagittarius makes their minutes count. This isn't about being busy. It's about being intentional. They know when to say no. When to walk away from things that don't serve their long-term goals. That's why, while others stay stuck in endless to-do lists, Sagittarius moves forward. And here's the question I have for you: are you spending your time? Or are you investing it? Every day is a choice. And like Sagittarius, you can choose to focus your energy where it matters most. So now, we've uncovered passion, generosity, leadership, resilience, negotiation, and time mastery. But what's coming next might surprise you. Because in the final chapters of this journey, we'll explore how Sagittarius' wildest traits, their wanderlust, their creativity, and their love for freedom might just be the deepest keys to unlocking wealth, success, and a life of true personal power. Stay with me, because the most profound lessons are yet to come. Now, let's talk about something most people ignore, but for Sagittarius, it's a hidden advantage: their restless, adventurous nature. You see, most people think of wanderlust as a distraction, as something that pulls you away from focus, from building a stable life. But for Sagittarius, it's the opposite. Their love for travel, for new experiences, becomes their secret weapon in business and life. When a Sagittarius steps into a new city, when they meet people from a different culture, their mind expands. They see new perspectives, new ways of thinking, new problems to solve. And that's where ideas are born. Real ideas. Ideas that no one else can see. Because while others stay inside their comfort zone, Sagittarius goes out and explores the unknown. Imagine a business owner who's only ever worked in their hometown. Their ideas are limited to what they know. But Sagittarius? They collect knowledge like souvenirs. Every journey, every conversation, every challenge abroad, becomes part of their strategy. They spot global trends before others even know they exist. And in today's world, where borders blur and online markets span continents, that global mindset isn't optional. It's essential. But you don't have to travel the world to think like Sagittarius. Start small. Read books from different cultures. Follow global news. Talk to people whose lives are different from yours. Every new perspective is a window. And windows let in light. Sagittarius doesn't just visit places. They absorb wisdom. And that wisdom becomes their competitive edge. And here's where things get even more interesting. Because when Sagittarius combines their global mindset with their natural creativity, the result is unstoppable. People often mistake creativity for art. But creativity is not just painting or music. It's the ability to solve problems in ways no one else would even think of. And Sagittarius lives in that space naturally. Think about moments when life throws you a problem. Most people try the obvious solution. And when that doesn't work, they give up. Sagittarius doesn't. They think sideways. They ask questions others don't. What if we did the opposite? What if we tried something no one has tried yet? And suddenly, the impossible becomes possible. Their creativity isn't random. It's fueled by their curiosity, by their hunger to learn, by all those conversations, those travels, those failures. Their mind connects dots others can't even see. That's why, in business, Sagittarius often succeeds in industries that reward innovation. Marketing, design, entrepreneurship, even investment strategies. Because they don't follow the map. They draw it. And you can do this too. Next time you face a challenge, stop. Breathe. Ask yourself, what's the solution no one's thinking of? What's the angle no one sees? Creativity isn't magic. It's perspective. And Sagittarius knows how to shift perspective until new answers appear. Now, imagine adding technology to this mix. Sagittarius does. They aren't afraid of new tools. In fact, they chase them. When a new app, a new platform, a new digital trend appears, Sagittarius is already testing it. exploring it. Asking, how can this help me? How can this make me faster? Smarter, more effective? While others resist change, Sagittarius embraces it. Their curiosity makes them early adopters. And in a world where technology changes everything, being early isn't just smart. It's powerful. From crypto to digital marketing, from automation to online education, Sagittarius doesn't just keep up. They lead. They see technology not as a threat, but as a tool. A way to multiply their energy. A way to automate what's boring, and focus on what they love. But more than that, they know something most people don't. The future doesn't wait. It rewards those who are ready. And Sagittarius stays ready. By learning. By adapting. By exploring. They stay at the front of every wave. And when that wave hits, they ride it. So, think about your life. What's the new tool you've been avoiding? What skill are you telling yourself is too complicated? The lesson from Sagittarius is clear. Don't fear the new. Master it. Because in mastering it, you'll stay ahead of the curve. And now we reach something deeper. Something more personal. Sagittarius doesn't just chase money for the sake of wealth. They chase something more precious. Freedom. Financial freedom isn't about dollars in a bank. It's about having control over your life. The ability to choose how you spend your days. Who you work with. Where you live. And for Sagittarius, that freedom is non-negotiable. That's why they work so hard. Why they take risks. Why they keep learning. Every action. Every decision, every sacrifice is aimed at one goal, independence. They want to build a life where no one tells them what they can or cannot do. Where their time belongs to them. Their decisions, their energy, their future, fully in their own hands. Imagine waking up every morning knowing you answer only to yourself. That's the dream Sagittarius chases. And it's what drives their entrepreneurial thinking. Their financial strategies. Their constant need to grow. They're not chasing luxury. They're chasing the power to choose. And this is where the lesson becomes personal for all of us. Because deep down, don't we all want that? The freedom to build a life on our own terms. Maybe for you, that looks different. Maybe it's not world travel. Maybe it's more time with your family. Or pursuing a passion you've buried for too long. Whatever your version of freedom is, Sagittarius teaches us that it's possible. But it requires action. Focus. And sometimes, sacrifice. Because freedom isn't free. It's built. Day by day. Decision by decision. And this brings us to the heart of their strategy. Sagittarius knows that every new skill, every risk taken, every relationship built, is a brick in the foundation of their independence. They never stop building. And neither should you. Now, we've uncovered how Sagittarius transforms wanderlust into wisdom, creativity into innovation, technology into leverage, and freedom into fuel. But we're not done yet. In the final chapter of this journey, we'll explore the 3 deepest, most powerful, and perhaps most controversial secrets that make Sagittarius a true future millionaire. These next insights might challenge what you believe about success itself. So, stay with me. Because what's coming next could change everything. There's something about Sagittarius that most people don't fully understand. It's their boundless energy. This isn't just physical energy. It's a kind of inner fire. A constant drive that pushes them forward, even when others feel exhausted. You see, where most people burn out chasing their goals, Sagittarius seems to find fuel in the pursuit itself. They're not running because they have to. They're running because their soul demands it. Picture someone juggling multiple projects at once. A new business. A side passion. A skill they're learning at midnight after everyone else sleeps. That's not stress for Sagittarius. That's where they feel most alive. Their energy doesn't drain when things get hard. It builds. And this is their silent superpower? It's not about being superhuman. It's about loving the process so much that even the effort feels like freedom. That's why, when you see a Sagittarius achieving things others said were impossible, know this: they didn't have more time. They just had more energy for what mattered to them. And maybe that's a lesson for us too. Find what excites you so deeply that working on it gives you energy instead of taking it away. Because when your goals align with your inner fire, effort transforms into momentum. But there's one more piece to this puzzle. One final trait that gives Sagittarius an edge in the world of wealth and success. Their ability to build international connections. Not just acquaintances. Not just business contacts. Real, meaningful relationships with people from every corner of the world. You see, Sagittarius isn't interested in staying local. Their mind is global. Their curiosity drives them beyond borders. And it's not just about geography. It's about mindset. They seek out people who think differently, who challenge them, who teach them something new. In today's world, connections are everything. Opportunities come from who you know and who knows you. Sagittarius understands this instinctively. They don't build networks. They build communities. Across countries. Across cultures. Across industries. Think about a Sagittarius entrepreneur. They're not limited to one market. They're speaking to clients across continents. They're partnering with brands you've never heard of. They're learning from mentors halfway across the world. That's the power of thinking without borders. But it's not just business. It's human connection. Sagittarius knows how to create trust. How to build friendships that later turn into collaborations. They value relationships for the learning, for the perspective, for the shared growth. And in doing that, they open doors that others can't even see. So, here's your takeaway. Expand your circle. Look beyond your usual spaces. Start conversations with people who think differently, who live differently. Every new relationship is a new horizon. And who knows, your next opportunity might be waiting on the other side of the world. Now, let's pause for a moment. What have we really discovered today? We've seen that Sagittarius doesn't become successful because they chase money. They succeed because they chase freedom. Because they value learning over winning. Because they lead with passion, build relationships with heart, and turn their failures into stepping stones. Their confidence isn't about being right. It's about believing they'll figure it out. Their generosity isn't weakness. It's strategy. And their creativity, their adaptability, their curiosity, those are their currencies. But the most important truth? Sagittarius isn't waiting for permission to live life on their terms. They're already on the path. And maybe, just maybe, it's time you joined them. So, if you felt even a piece of yourself in this journey, if something deep inside you whispered yes while you listened, then this video was meant for you. And if it was, let's keep walking this path together. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. And tell me in the comments, which part of the Sagittarius mindset speaks to you the most? Because this is just the beginning. In the next videos, we'll explore the hidden sides of other zodiac signs, their shadows, their strengths, their silent superpowers. Each one holds a truth that could change your life. But for now, remember this. Success isn't a destination. It's a journey. A journey Sagittarius walks, one bold, passionate, unstoppable step at a time.